Just when we thought the Diddy stories had simmered, now the New York Post is revealing that they've actually reviewed footage of alleged freak-offs that coincided with major celebrity events. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So I saw this story going around this morning in regards to, the freak-off tapes have been revealed. And I was like, I don't believe that. Because I will tell you, there's a lot of misinformation along with valid and credible information going around when it comes to Sean Diddy Combs. And there is AI-driven video footage of alleged freak-off parties or these different rituals going on, but they're AI-driven. However, a popular media outlet, the New York Post, and yes, you might have your feelings about the New York Post, they're claiming to have viewed video footage. Let me get into what they're reporting. So, according to the New York Post, in an article titled, Sean Diddy Combs mixed star-studded bashes Ruckus freak-off parties after VMAs and Super Bowl, videos reveal. They said Sean Diddy Combs freak-offs often coincided with some of his biggest star-studded parties at the height of his fame, with at least 3 wild parties taking place hours after major events, according to a trove of video files and documents viewed exclusively by the New York Post. The clip suggests that which federal prosecutors say sometimes involves women who were threatened or coerced to performing grueling hours-long acts, were happening just below the surface as Diddy rubbed elbows with the biggest names in Hollywood, music, and sports. In the early morning hours of August 29, 2005, the Diddy Afterparty from the MTV VMAs was still going strong. Actress Eva Longoria chatted with Fergie in one corner while Ice-T, Quincy Jones, NASCAR great Jeff Gordon, and Paris Hilton mingled with the guests. Combs had hosted the VMAs and his afterparty was the hottest ticket in town that night. Sidebar, there's a civil suit where a young woman claims that when she was 13 years old, she went to an afterparty MTV VMAs party. So for those that might have been thinking, oh, they're just everyone jumping on the bandwagon, we never thought about the MTV VMAs until this article. So they said, but one by one, the celebrities left the party, and there was no indication they knew about or were involved in what happened next. Another thing that I said to you guys before, stop assuming just because people attended these Diddy parties, meaning that they were accomplices in his illegal behavior. Not to say that they were all completely innocent either. They say soon the event moved from the inside at the Space nightclub to Diddy's Miami mansion. From there, it appears to have descended into a Ruckus party, according to the photos and videos viewed by the New York Post. By then, all the stars appear to have gone except one, Diddy. They were replaced by a cast of fit young men and women, all in various states of undress. As 2 white men took turns having sex with a very young black woman who clearly had white powder under her nose, Diddy could be seen in the background wearing a white t-shirt with the words, "God is the greatest," written in black. The same shirt that he was photographed wearing at the VMAs afterparty. In another clip from the night, a couple had loud S on a table as a group of well-dressed people stood around. The videos reviewed by the Post are part of the same archives that includes footage that appears to show Diddy having S with a younger male A-list star. You remember that story that came out from that attorney? That video has been shopped around for sale to news outlets by more than one purported seller. In the trove of files, some of the videos are undated or the dates are clearly incorrect, but other files have dates that are consistent with the verified details of events, locations, and clothing that Diddy and others were wearing. However, many of the videos have dates that can be corroborated with star-studded events, including the 2004 and 2005 VMAs in Miami and the 2005 Super Bowl in Jacksonville. After each of these events, Diddy appears to have thrown a wild party. The alleged behavior is consistent with similar allegations in a lawsuit filed earlier this week in which a woman alleges that Diddy and a female celebrity awed her when she was just 13 years old following the 2000 VMAs at the Radio City Music Hall in New York City. Diddy's attorneys denied the latest allegations in a statement saying, "In court, the truth will prevail, that Mr. Combs has never SA'd anyone, adult or minor, man or woman." During the weekend of the Super Bowl in Jacksonville in February of 2005, Diddy threw a star-studded gala with attendees like Ashton Kutcher, Ashley Simpson, and Girls Gone Wild founder Joe Francis. Hours later, the party seemingly moved to a $2 million mansion in a nearby Sawgrass, which Diddy rented for a reported $20,000 per week. In one video, two men have sex with each other while the sounds of laughter echo throughout the room. It later appears that Diddy himself took part in the action that night and held the camera from his point of view while he appeared to engage with sex with a woman. Again, there's no indication that his Super Bowl party guests knew that the event took place afterwards. As you know, federal officials raided two of Diddy's homes in March, seizing hundreds of videos and a mountain of freak-off paraphernalia, including 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. In a statement, the U.S. Attorney's Office alleged that the parties were not always consensual. His alleged SA of women, including forcing them to engage in frequent days-long sexual activity with male workers, some of whom were, quote, transported over state lines, according to these charges against him. These events, which Combs referred to as freak-offs, were elaborate performances that he arranged, directed, and often electronically recorded, the document said. To ensure participation in freak-offs, Combs used violence and intimidation and leveraged his power over victims, power he obtained through obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, exploiting the financial support to them, and threatening to cut off the same and controlling their careers. It's unclear whether the videos that the Post has viewed are a part of the Fed's case, but officials say that they've confiscated hundreds of videos from Combs' hard drives and devices, some of which include freak-off parties. These are consistent with the videos we have, a federal law enforcement source who is involved in the investigation said after hearing descriptions of the scenes in the videos that the Post viewed. Just about everything you can imagine was happening at his parties. Now our job is to determine whether this was consensual for everyone involved, if anyone has been trafficked, and what laws have been broken. In the videos viewed by the Post, the identities of most of the participants are unknown, but the feds believe that at least some of the victims in the videos they obtained were coerced to perform. Combs threatened his victims, the Fed said after his arrest, including by threatening to expose the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of freak-offs if the women did not comply with his demands. Diddy has been charged with racketeering, as you know, conspiracy, trafficking, and the transportation to engage in prostitution. In addition to the charges, he faces a myriad of civil lawsuits, which we've covered here on the channel if you're new here, from his alleged victims. He has pleaded not guilty and consistently denied wrongdoing in both criminal cases and the civil suits. A law enforcement source told the Post, "It's sick-ish. Look, if this were just him having parties with a bunch of horny adults, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That's perfectly legal. But that's not what we're talking about. This man is a predator." Attorneys for Diddy did not return the Post calls for comment. Their best bet is not to comment on this. The Post is now saying that some of the rumors that the video footage had been being circulated for sale. You remember we covered a story about this, and one attorney came out on a media platform saying that she has seen stills. The Post is now saying that they've seen photos and video footage of some of these alleged freak-off parties. Are you surprised that we're now getting more and more information about these things? We've already heard that some of the celebrities that might be in some of these freak-off videos are already buying off victims. Guys, we're going to continue to follow this story, but as always, I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this latest Diddy update. Let's continue this conversation there. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, out at